I'm not big on conventional horror movies like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. I've never really been into a lot of those movies. However, I've always been into, say, Ghoulies and Critters and Puppet Master, some of my favorite movies of all time in the horror genre. And if I was doing a top 5 Friday just general horror movies, probably Killer Clowns from Outer Space would be on the top of that list. But most people have heard about Killer Clowns from Outer Space, so I'm not going to talk about it on this list. But if you're into clowns, and you're into outer space, and you're into popcorn that kills you, you need to check out this movie.
Hey, how's it going? Oh great, not another one of these videos where you get interrupted by an inanimate object.
You wise ass mother.
Oh, it's Friday night. Don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I could sit here and pick my nose while I watch a brand new video. Whoa, Top 5 Friday tonight.
We all know the universal monsters from the 30s and the 40s, right? We got Dracula, we got Frankenstein's monster, we got the Wolfman, we got the Mummy, the staples of horror for generations, right? Let's be real here. They're not scary. However, you take those monsters and you miniaturize them into midgets, and for whatever reason, they become terrifying. And that's what happens in The Creeps. To see these little monsters running around, attacking people, especially the Frankenstein monster. That was the most hilarious one for me personally, because it's this little guy and he's got his arms out, he's going, and they're actually getting people. Like, how could you let someone that small, walking that slow, actually attack you and get to you? Yet they're killing people here. They're getting people. Hence this poor hapless woman here on the front. They are a threat to behold. So,
hey, for the record, I don't think you're allowed to say midgets.
And this is by Full Moon Studios. These guys put out gold. And when I say gold, I'm not saying Citizen Kane here by any stretch of the imagination. No, I'm saying that they put out some of the cheesiest, stupid stuff in the world, but it is amazing.
Be a dear and go down to the store and get me some smokes, please.
All right, so number 4 on my list. Now, I found this movie at Best Buy. This movie was actually being sold at a retail store. I didn't know anything about it, so I picked it up. It was kind of interesting. I saw the cover and I saw the back and I was like, well, this looks kind of low budget. And boy, is it low budget. It is Terror Toons, and I swear to God, it looks like it was shot on a home camcorder with a budget of $2,300, and actually, it was actually, in fact.
You sure you got any room to talk there, buddy? I mean, look at this video. Hell, look at me.
Okay, when I say it's amazing, I'm not saying that it's a good movie. It's a horrible movie, and I feel bad about saying that. Look, somebody put their passion into this. Somebody really, really wanted to make a movie, and they put their heart and soul into making this. Maybe, I assume, or maybe they just kind of did it as a joke. I don't know.
I say the same thing about your show, buddy.
I'm not sure if you're supposed to laugh with it, or you're just gonna be laughing at it. Regardless, you're laughing.
Oh, I'm definitely laughing at it. I'm talking about you, by the way.
All right, so here's the premise. Apparently, the devil himself created these cartoons, and then a DVD of these cartoons was sent to this girl. They watch them, and then the Terror Toons actually come to life, and they infiltrate this house, and they create much, much havoc. And for whatever reason, I watch it. I don't know why. There's just something about this movie that just drives me to want to watch it every time this time of year. So if you've never checked out Terror Toons, you're probably better off, but check out Terror Toons. All right, number 3.
Oh, this better be Ghoulies 3. They go to college.
No, it's actually that one.
That's That's a snowman flick. What the hell are you putting that on the list
No,
for?
I had to.
It ain't goalies, though.
I've probably watched this one more than any of the other ones on here. It's just so ridiculous. How could I not have it on this list?
By not putting it on there?
Now, number 3 on my list is Jack Frost. Turn off your cell phone, man.
Oh, like we've ever been professional here in this operation.
This is great. This movie is freaking. I remember the first time I got this movie, I watched it and I was like, this is amazing. And I took it to Jay's, and me, Jay, and Melvor watched it, and they were like, what is this crap? And maybe I just have different tastes in horror movies. Maybe I just love the cheese.
Oh, I thought it was that flick with Michael Keaton. He's a killer snowman. Well, it makes sense now.
No, I will fully admit that I do enjoy the cheesy horror. I just absolutely love that. And this is exactly right up that alley. Stuff that's just so bad and comical, it's great. So basically what happens here is that a convict, this murdering convict, right? He gets mixed with this toxic chemical stuff and mixed in with the snow, and he becomes a killer snowman. I mean, if you had to think of a reason for there being a killer snowman, that's plausible, right? And of course, what you gotta do at that point is you gotta go on a killing spree. Of course, at that point, what you gotta do is you gotta take Shannon Elizabeth and violate her with a carrot. And that's exactly what happens in this movie. It is a very killing movie, it is a very sexual movie, it is a very good movie. You've probably never watched Jack Frost like this guy right here, but if you have never watched it, you should probably watch it. I highly recommend it. All right, so number 2 on my list is The Legend of Boggy Creek. Now, me and Melvor have kind of a little bit of a history with this one. This was like a decade ago. I showed him this movie, and he's really big into Sasquatch and the Bigfoot and stuff like that. So we sat there and we watched it, and he didn't know what to make of it at first, but then I think he was drawn into it just because of how creepy it is. Now these other ones here that I've listed, and even number 1, they're a little tongue-in-cheek. They're a little, they know what they are, and they're not trying to be more than what they are, right? This one is really trying to be a horror movie. Now, it's set in the 70s. I don't know what it is about the 70s, but the 70s were creepy.
You know, you actually have a point here. I think it's the film grain and the really horrible editing.
And that's what I'm trying to say, is the fact that there's just something about the way 70s movies were shot, and the way the film looks, and the sound, and all that. They lend itself to creepiness a whole lot more, and this one in particular really is creepy. It's kind of a documentary, but not really. It's kind of like almost like, if you watch Unsolved Mysteries, you know how they reenact things? It's pretty much kind of how that is in this. So there's this creek called Boggy Creek, and there was this big Sasquatch monster running around terrorizing people, you know, in the 60s and the 70s. And then so basically what they did was they took that and they made a narrative movie about those experiences that people had.
Oh, hey, mention the song. It's so bad.
So there are some dumb moments, admittedly, in this movie. There's a song in it about Travis Crabtree. Hey, Travis Crabtree. And it's kind of dumb. And me and Melvor actually still to this day make fun of that song. But there are genuinely creepy moments in this movie. And it's not so much because of the monster, although that is because of it. It's just because of the atmosphere and the tone that it has. And I think that that's the main thing that just, it's almost like this depressing kind of, I can't really describe it in proper terms, other than to say that just when you watch it, you kind of get drawn into this dread and creepiness about it. And I love it. It's one of my favorite movies. We actually watched this in film school, believe it or not. In film school, 20 years ago, I had to watch The Legend of Boggy Creek. And I guess there was some film lesson I had to learn about that, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. This ain't no Game Chasers. I'd unsubscribe, but I ain't got no thumbs.
You're a bat!
You're damn right I am.
This is based on a true story, so I guess that kind of makes it even a little bit more creepy. Actually, it really adds to the creepy factor, the fact that it was based around a true story. So I actually recommend this thing, The Legend of Boggy Creek. If you've never heard of it and you never watched it, check it out. Turn the lights down, get a cup of coffee and then watch. I don't know why you need to drink coffee with it, but you're worse than that motherfucker Bog Lynn that was here running his damn mouth through the entire video last time.
I can't even lie, I kinda like the cut of his jib.
But at least I don't have to deal with Bog Lynn. Man, that was a mouthy SOB. Anyway, number one on my list is a movie that I tried to pick things that were a little more obscure. A lot of people probably haven't heard of. Now this next one is kind of on the gray area with that. It actually does have some accolades. It's released by a major studio. However, when I ask people if they've ever seen it, they always look at me like I'm like, what are you talking about?
Buddy, I think that happens a little bit more than you realize.
And that's the movie Dolls. People, they get stranded, they go, you know, they seek shelter at this creepy mansion or whatever. Well, come to find out that this creepy mansion is it's filled with what we all fear and dread, and that is evil killer porcelain dolls. And let me tell you, I could not stand those things.
Even I gotta admit, those things are of the devil.
Exactly, I could not stand those things growing up. My sister had a bunch of those little porcelain dolls, and let me tell you, they were creepy. They absolutely terrified the hell out of me. I would go into her room, see those things, and then I wouldn't want to steal the things that were in her room anymore, because I knew that those dolls were looking at me, and they were judging me, and they were all ready to just pounce on me and come to life at night and kill me because I wronged her in some way. I mean, I just wanted to play the Sega Genesis that she had in her room. You know, she insisted on having a Sega Genesis. You know, me and Chris, we were content with our Super. No, wait a minute. Chris actually got a Sega Genesis at his house too, because he's playing Road Rash. I guess I was the only one hell bent on drawing the line and saying we are a Nintendo family here. And I was betrayed by Chris, I was betrayed by my sister, but I still kind of wanted to play Sega Genesis. But whenever I go into her room and play it, I would see these porcelain dolls on the shelf. Because my grandmother, or great-grandmother actually, would make these porcelain dolls. And little did she know that these things were creepy as hell. She thought that they were cute. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make these little porcelain dolls. I'm gonna give them to my grand. It's sweet and all, but no, these things were soulless, lifeless, draining, demonic entities. And they were just literally put up on the shelf and displayed as if they were some kind of charming, beautiful things. But no, they were definitely going to try to kill me at night. What ended up happening, well, it was nothing.
Holy crap, you were a sissy.
Okay, well, now I'll give you that. But the thing is that this movie right here, when I first saw it, I was kind of like creeped out. Oh, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it's creepy, but it's not creepy. You want to see a really creepy killer doll movie? No, I'm not gonna say Chucky. Too mainstream. Dolly.
Oh my God.
Dearest.
Holy crap.
Have you seen that one?
That movie.
Dolly
Oh my God.
Dearest. Absolutely. Why it's not on this list? I have no idea. I guess because I probably have watched it way less than Dolls itself. But Dolls itself, great, number one. But you know what? No, go see Dolly Dearest. It is horrifying. Like, it is absolutely creepy. Dolly Dearest. Oh my God.
The movie is just plain disturbing.
I do not like dolls. 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 They just shouldn't exist at all. Anyway, I hope this was the worst movie review video I've ever seen in my life or been a part of.
I gotta be honest, you're creeping me out a little bit here.
No, seriously, this is one of the worst movie review videos you'll probably ever see in your entire life. And that's the God honest truth. Look, I'm not here trying to review these movies. I'm just saying you should check them out. You should judge for yourself. And so that's it. That's all I have. So check out all the movies on this list. I expect a bunch of comments in the comments section about how you went and you saw it, and I want to hear your impressions of these movies.
Look, just run for your life. Don't comment, and whatever you do, don't subscribe.
And I want to hear what movies you may possibly recommend, because I haven't seen all the stupid cheesy movies out there. I know there are plenty more out there, from Full Moon especially. So please let me know what I should check out, because I want to watch some stupid shit.